Hey guys, it's the Wiiviewer!
The LittlesWiiviewer. And the LittlestWiiviewer.
And we're all going to review
Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition for the Wii.
So guys, this has 6 Kirby games on it. Some of them we've already played. Actually, most of them we've already played. Out of all these 6 games, are there any of them that you haven't played before?
Yes, Dreamland 3 and Dreamland 2.
What did you guys think of the graphics for all of these games?
You can't really judge them. They were good looking, but they're from the past. It's not like they revamped them or anything.
Does playing these games now make you think, wow, even back then, Kirby looked really good?
No, it was still good looking nonetheless.
The 6 titles on this collection are Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Superstar, Kirby's Dream Land 3, and Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. As a lot of people out there might know, Kirby 64 is my favorite Kirby game out there. Mainly because I like the switching of abilities and the fact you can mix and match things. What was your favorite out of all these 6 games?
Probably Kirby's Dreamland 3 because I like the art style a lot and it just looks very pretty.
How about you, LittlesWiiviewer?
Same as you, Kirby 64.
Now, like I said before, there are 6 Kirby games in this collection. 2 from the Game Boy, 1 from the NES, 2 from the Super Nintendo, and finally 1 from the Nintendo 64. That is definitely a good variety of games. Playing them from first to last, you can really see the innovation that was taking place with each subsequent game. Did you guys have any problem with the fact that all the games are letterboxed? Where it's basically there's 2 lines on each side?
Yeah, this happens a lot with virtual console games, and you don't really notice it too much because you're so focused in like the actual gameplay.
Was there any real differences between Kirby's Dream Land and Kirby 64? Could you easily jump in from one game to another?
Not particularly, because the gameplay mechanics for each one are really all different. For example, the original didn't really have any sucking up abilities at all, while let's say Kirby's Dream Land 3 had all new partners and abilities. And then back to Superstar where it's just a bunch of games, and then back to Kirby 64 where you combine powers.
Kirby Superstar is the one where you're currently Let's Playing, right?
Yes, I am. Shameless plug.
Was there any Kirby game you didn't like?
No. I think the games were all fun.
How about you, LittlesWiiviewer? Was there any Kirby games that you didn't like?
No, not really.
Even the Game Boy ones you were okay with?
Yeah. It's actually one of the more difficult Kirby games. Overall, they're all pretty good in their own way.
Now, the controls were great, since they were all simple to control. You could play each of the games with just the Wiimote NES style. Now, in addition to those games, there's also challenge stages. Why don't you guys talk about that a little?
Challenge stages are where you're against the time limit to collect as many points as you can and get to the end.
What did you think of the challenge stages, LittlesWiiviewer?
They were good, and they were a lot better than the old challenge stages because you don't have to unlock them through getting collectibles and all that crazy stuff.
In the Kirby games, nowadays, you have to collect stuff, then you can unlock mini games. You don't have to do that in this game, right?
No, you just have to complete a challenge stage and it'll bring you to another one.
So in addition to challenges, there's also a history of Kirby.
It was basically you could go through viewing every single game and see what's going on in the years.
Through a timeline?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you could actually view the games individually by just sucking them up.
There's also the cartoon series if you wanted to take a look at it. So that was a fun little extra.
Yes, the history, it doesn't have that much to it. It's just a video, so if you might have not seen it, some cool background music, and that's about it.
Then it also comes with a soundtrack CD and an anniversary celebration book. Did you guys enjoy the listening and reading it?
I like the listening. I also like the reading it because it's a really cool book to look at. It's got pretty pictures and pretty words.
Kirby's Dream Collection 20th Anniversary Special Edition. LittlesWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
A buy, because this game is awesome, because you get to play 6 games plus a bonus feature and sometimes the history if you're bored. And also it comes with the soundtrack, which is actually really fun to listen to, plus the history book, which is fun to read.
Alright, LittlesWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Buy, because you can only really rent the regular edition of the game. You don't get the CD or the booklet. I think you should buy it.
And I agree with you. I had a lot of fun. Even though I played most of these games on the Virtual Console, I still think it was fun to have it into one little package. I think the price might be a little bit steep, but it does come with a nice CD and a booklet that tells you the history of Kirby. And overall, I think it's a nice package, so I think it's worth a buy.